Today, I think we're in a unique moment where what we're most worried about are individuals or small groups who are often radicalized online.
That is the DOJ's number 2 Deputy Attorney General Lisa Monaco telling ABC News in an interview earlier this week that the Department of Justice, which also oversees the FBI, is dealing with an unprecedented number of violent threats against public servants.
I think we are in a very, very challenging threat environment.
Who could possibly be radicalizing people to threaten judges and other civil servants? Gee, I wonder. Donald Trump has repeatedly and consistently accused the Biden administration of weaponizing the DOJ to come after him for political purposes, of which there is not one shred of evidence that this is true. And Trump frequently does it on his social media platform in posts like this one. Quote, 2024 will go down as the year of great and fully coordinated election interference by crooked Joe Biden, the DOJ, FBI, AGs, and DAs throughout the country. When the Colorado Supreme Court ruled to disqualify Trump from the presidential ballot in that state last week, like clockwork, the justices received a flood of violent threats from the MAGA faithful. The Denver field office of the FBI gave MeidasTouch Network this statement today, quote, the FBI is aware of the situation regarding threats to Colorado justices and is working with local law enforcement. We will vigorously pursue investigations of any threat or use of violence committed by someone who uses extremist views to justify their actions. And the Denver Police Department sent us this statement, quote, the Denver Police Department is currently investigating incidents directed at Colorado Supreme Court justices and will continue to investigate any reports of threats or harassment. Due to open investigations and safety and privacy, we will not be providing details, but the department is providing extra patrols around justices' residences in Denver. Imagine how horrifying and scary that must be for these justices who were literally just interpreting the Constitution. And by the way, all of these additional resources cost money, millions, and in some cases, billions of tax dollars to provide 24/7 security to so many public servants. For example, Attorney General Merrick Garland, Special Counsel Jack Smith, Federal Judge Tanya Chutkan, all of these people have 24-hour security details because of the launch of threats that have been aimed at them. And it also stretches human resources. We don't necessarily have the infrastructure to protect all levels of civil servants. Listen to what counterterrorism expert Seamus Hughes said about this exact risk in an interview he gave on PBS.
The problem when you talk about this is the normalization of violence, right? I worry less about the president and the former president getting threats or elected officials because there's a security apparatus to deal with that. My concern is the local election official who doesn't have that apparatus, doesn't know who to call when they get those threats. The people, we look at the threats of individuals who've been arrested the last 10 years. There's plenty of examples of individuals who ran for city council, got a threat, and said, I don't want to do this anymore. So we have to talk about the slow burn of democracy on this one.
And that is the way fascism works. If Trump and his MAGA army can delegitimize the DOJ, wear down election officials the way they attacked Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss, attack judges and prosecutors, then they believe that they can corrupt the system by placing their own people inside. But we cannot let that happen. This is why democracy requires an apolitical and independent Department of Justice.
You have Republicans who will say that the Justice Department is full of political operatives who are working to help President Biden and hurt President Trump. And they'll even say that the FBI should be defunded. What's your reaction to that kind of language? And what do you say on behalf of DOJ?
Those claims bear no resemblance to the Justice Department that I know. The Justice Department that I know is filled with dedicated men and women, investigators, lawyers, prosecutors, analysts, professional staff who get up every day, Pierre. They get up every day without regard to who's in the White House or who's in Congress. It really bothers me when I hear those claims.
Just to add, it's often these same law enforcement agencies that are interdicting and catching terrorists at the southern border, the ones that the GOP is freaking out nightly over on Fox News. And it's also often the same people who are protecting people like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who was reportedly swatted on Christmas Day. And she has been one of the loudest MAGA Republican voices in calling for the defunding of the FBI. Here at the MeidasTouch Network, we are calling out this hypocrisy and reminding you what sanity looks like. It looks and sounds like this.
Has President Biden ever raised the classified documents investigation, the probe of Hunter Biden with you, or the AG, tried to influence you? Has he ever done that in regard to President Trump?
No. And the Attorney General has been exceptionally clear on this point.
As we head into what is sure to be a wild whirlwind election year, let's remember what stable and calm leadership looks and feels like. You may not agree with everything that the Biden administration has laid out policy-wise, but we have a calm, sane adult at the helm of democracy here. And I hope we can remember what it felt like, because Americans, we have really short attention spans when it wasn't that way. I'm Suri Crowe for the MeidasTouch Network. Thank you so much for listening today, and I hope to see you right back here very soon. Peace.
Thanks so much for watching. We're only a few subscribers short of 2 million subs. Please subscribe right now to the MeidasTouch YouTube channel for free and help us grow this unapologetically pro-democracy network.